What's up, Dance Fam? Welcome to another episode of The Session where we will be reviewing World of Dance Season 3, Episode 7.
Yeah.
But if you're keeping track, it's more like the 6th real episode. Episode 7 because of how they decided to add a little filler episode in between there.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
It's garbage. But anyway, we're back again. I'm back again, your host, Russ Santos, a.k.a. Lock and Robin, as always. And as always with me, Eser Valencia. What is happening?
Sup, y'all? Been a long day, but I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad you're here too, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here too.
Yeah. Great day.
Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic.
This episode is brought to you by Fanta Grape Drink because I have one out on the table and it's delicious.
Sponsor us, Coca-Cola.
Do they own them too?
They own them too.
Jeez.
Coca-Cola owns
Monopoly,
everything.
Man.
Disney owns everything now.
Does Disney own Coca-Cola?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
but
God.
anyways.
Oh, God.
Wait, is NBC owned by Coca-Cola?
Jeez. Does World of Dance own Coca-Cola?
Anyways, that's another conspiracy theory.
Before we jump into these duels, this third episode of duels,
Yeah.
just want to let you guys know that we will be on break next week because I will be out of town and Eser will be out of town and, well, we're not going to do it.
I mean,
we'll
unless you want us to be Skyping somewhere, you know.
No, don't give them that idea because they'll expect it now and I won't have time for that.
You'll probably see me doing a solo.
Hey, why not? You're going to LA, say what's up to Justin.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little podcast there.
That guy.
That guy. Remember
That
Justin?
guy.
He was on this last season.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
All right, then.
Okay, let's do it. Let's jump into this. Episode 7 of Season 3, World of Dance, The Duels, Part 3.
Yeah.
And our last review for the duels, actually.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I wanted
Unfortunately, we won't see the
adult
adults.
teams, man. They'll probably be more exciting. You'll probably see the best for last. But anyway.
I don't know, but the kids are pretty ruthless, too.
They're meaner.
They are mean.
They're so mean.
Really are.
Like even these two duels, right?
Yeah.
Or not two duels, two duelers.
Yeah.
Ellie and Ava versus Audrey and Mia. Contemporary sisters versus crumpers. There's more crump this time, I will say that.
Yeah.
Let's jump in. I'll start with Ellie and Ava. First of all, because they're sisters, they have great chemistry. I don't know, you have a brother, do you have chemistry with him?
No. I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
well, anyway.
I do, actually.
Well, anyway.
No, I do, in case anybody didn't know.
So these two, they almost have the same build. So they, same build, same stature. So if they're off by a little bit, you can see it easier.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But not with them because they're like spot on with everything they do. They have real chemistry. They're always they dance like they're on the same frequency, like they're just two bodies, one mind kind of thing. Their turns and their pirouettes were super clean and on point. No pun intended. I was surprised that they were able to add a little call out there at the end.
I saw
even though
that.
it's like contemporary, like you don't.
It was
really
quick.
Call out. Yeah, it was nice. I was like, well, did not expect
all right,
that.
little spice.
Yeah, and their musicality was on point. That's all I really want to say about
absolutely.
them. They were good. I liked them. One of my favorites of the night. What'd you think, man?
Great build up at the appropriate times in their set. Like it was just good like placement. It was just very smart decision making on their end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you're really close with your siblings like that, especially on a stage, like I know like when we performed, or me especially was performing with my brother on the crew, we just know it. We just know where to be, what to do, and like how to think. It's just like, man, that was good. They did it.
Never again. Not us.
Never say never.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, like I don't know. I kind of got a little over the whole repetitive leg up kind of move that they just kept slipping in like every other move in their set. So I was just like, oh, there it is again.
Yeah, and we mentioned it last week.
There it is again. Is it a thing? Is it just something we're not picking up? Like,
I mean, it's part of the repertoire.
Yeah.
Repertoire.
I understand.
But like I 100% agree with you. They need to find whenever you do it, whenever there's like a repetitive move, you need to find a new way of.
They need to mix it up a little.
Changing exactly.
Yeah. Like really twisted in a different way, like something that I wouldn't expect for me personally. So just like, yeah, that was just one of the major things I caught when I was watching it. And another thing was, I don't know, as much as I enjoyed watching them display their artistry, I just couldn't connect when they were expressing facials.
Oh,
like it just didn't feel as genuine.
All right.
For me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Audrey and Mia, the Crumpers. Well, like I said earlier, they did crump a little bit more.
Little bit
for my taste.
More.
I would have loved like straight up crump, like
right.
And like we've seen crump, especially in the DC area.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they go hard with a lot of emotion.
Oh yeah.
This just looks so commercialized, and not as much crump as I'd like. But anyway. Because they have that battle mentality, their call outs were better because they had them. Yeah. They were also together, which I really appreciated. Sometimes I thought that they both were showing two different emotions and like emoting two different things. I kind of didn't like it, but then at the same time, I kind of understand because they represent two different characters in their set. Like one's a doll, I guess, and one's the person or the kid playing with the doll. But at the same time, I wanted them to stay on the same page the whole time about like being happy or being there like to duel the other two. So that kind of conflicted with me. Together they look good when they do things in unison. Yeah. But when they each had like individual moments, it didn't look as strong. It looked actually a lot weaker in my opinion. What'd you think?
Good on their end. They automatically knew how to get in that mindset because it's a duel. So good on them. And just placing the burns where it needed to be, and it wasn't too much. But immediately when I was watching their set, it just reminded me, like, if anybody's a scary movie fan like myself, sorry, Russ.
I'm not.
Child's Play. So you had the Chucky doll, and you had the kid,
Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
the new Chucky.
Well, not the new one, but like basically, but yeah, it's the same thing. So that's what just came to my attention. It was just like, oh, the confidence is there right away. Like they're displaying like appropriate characters. So it was just like right off the bat, just made sense. Very strong duo of girls. Like they just had very good hits. Like they know how to like really control like their strong movement rather than just have it go berserk mode. But I kind of was waiting for that too. Like when you are like advertising that you're gonna crump and you're crumping in the set, you're gonna expect something a little more like higher intensity, higher energy, emote more rather than like this felt like it was a little held back, Fair. So it didn't excite me as much, and I was just waiting for something. But it also was just something I know I was just comparing back to Concrete and B-Dash's set last year with their clown set. Yeah. Yeah. The clown set. Yeah.
That was good. The clown set was good. I gave Audrey Mia an 84 and Ellie and Ava a 91.
I gave Audrey and Mia an 83.
Okay, close.
And I gave Ellie and Ava an 87.
All right.
Yeah.
Audrey Mia actually got a 90 somehow, and Ellie and Ava actually got a 91. Or no, 91.7.
91.7.
Yeah. So they beat them.
They made it through.
Good on you guys. Let's move on to Kayla Mak versus Funkanometry.
Return of the Mac.
Nice. You can start, Eser.
Kayla
Mak.
She was just a very nice girl. She's just very
always smiling.
Yeah, always smiling and just like, like that typical like awkward teenage girl, and just like, but then she gets on stage and she's such a totally different person, So just getting into her ballet set, like it was very different from what I was expecting, especially like when she slipped in that Millie rock in the middle of her crossing on her pointed feet. I was just like,
it's like a call out.
Well done. I was just like,
it worked.
It worked. I will let it pass. That was a good one.
Ballet Millie.
And compared to her qualifier round, like musicality was much better, and it was a very creative and artistic set. I did like her this round. But yeah, it was definitely a great part on her end, just to take the whole like genre and made it original for herself, made it suit to her comfortability, her own style. Mm-hmm. So it was just nice to see that display of like contemporary ballet in her own light.
Fair enough. I agree. Her control of her body is super dope.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, it's just all there. Like, she has she has great control of her body, but then at some points when I keep saying points and I keep thinking on point.
Yeah.
Like point shoes. But at some points when she did lift her leg up, it seemed like she was a little off balance sometimes, just a little shakiness there. So she'll need to clean that up just a little bit. But overall with the set, I think you touched on this. It had like a great build-up. It started off, very calm. But then with the music, she, followed or took note of the music and followed it and did whatever the music told her to do. And just, really amped it up with that Millie Rock in the middle.
I know, right?
And when she did the Millie Rock, Funkanometry was on the side calling a bite.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Millie Rock's a Millie Rock.
I know. That's the new age party move. Yeah. You can't really call it bite.
And when you guys are mocking each other in a battle, that's all.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just calling them out on it. That's all. That's all I got to say about them. So for Funkanometry. These guys always surprise me.
Yeah.
I always don't expect them to be as good as they are for some reason. But, it's always a welcome surprise for me.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were good. You didn't like them?
For some reason, I wanted to. I really wanted to, but I just couldn't like them enough to like, I don't know. There's just something about them. Like how they dance or something. Mm-hmm. They're cool. Like I like their personality that they give. It's just like, I don't know. There's something I can't place that I just can't play.
Right. I think they're super entertaining and like their technique is good. Like they're good. Their hits are great. And like the whole set that they did was just one big like call out, one big burn.
Yeah.
Just the set to troll Kayla. And for me it worked. I liked it. It was like a battle in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Like because how I guess from backstage where they're observing each other for their rehearsals, like I guess implementing like what they can grab out of what they were watching. Good on their part, definitely. Like they're also battlers as well, like they understand the concept of, jams and whatnot and just getting into the whole like realm of, taking it all, getting the win, but yeah, the real funky. They did come with the game faces on. I don't know. It's just something missing. It's really hard to describe for me. But when I was watching them, I don't know. They're funky, but I think they could be more funky for some reason.
Hey, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely add a lot of new school stuff in there in terms of just like choreo.
Yeah.
Urban.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Movement. I gave them a 93, and then I gave Kayla Mak a 92. So a really close battle in my opinion, but I gave the edge to Funkanometry.
I gave Kayla an 89, and I gave Funkanometry an 86.
Okay, so you had Kayla winning. Funkanometry actually got a 91.7 and Kayla Mak a 91, so they beat
that was
her by
very
0.7.
close.
Yeah, very close. All right, let's move it on to Aydin Eyikan versus Moving Forward. Now, Moving Forward was montage.
They were a montage team in the qualifier.
I don't remember seeing.
I didn't either.
4 dudes contemporary dancing. I definitely would have remembered the name too.
Right.
It's kind of funny. Go ahead. You can start with Aydin.
Aydin, wow, superstar right here for me. Very acrobatic, powerful dancer, and of course the judges like brought it up on themselves, like Debesky, Michael Debesky, like Junior right there. So, But of course, that's definitely not something that he needs to embody.
Sure.
He needs to still set himself apart, but aspire to be like Michael from last season. So he still has his ways to go to train to that sort of level, because like there definitely were parts of his set like it still seemed a little shaky, but then you can definitely tell he is very well trained. Like this boy is very professional in his demeanor, but you know, he still has those steps to go. Particularly for this round, I did enjoy the moments that were building up to it this time rather than the qualifiers. And he was just bringing that fire, like he was just really placing the fire all over that stage, and I just enjoyed it, like utilizing it to the best of his ability and his skills, as well as like, you know, really listening this time, like feeling the music out.
Yeah. I agree. And that's exactly what I put actually for Aydin. He listens to the music and what it calls for, and he nailed it in terms of musicality there. Right from the get-go, he kicked it into high gear.
Yeah, he
didn't waste any time. He just came for them, like right from the get-go.
Yup.
And the way he moved, just seemed like a continuous. It was just a continuous movement with like no bodily restrictions, or as if he had no bodily restrictions. He just kept moving in ways that you don't expect someone to move, and you know, with ease. Put swan dive. He had that little swan dive. Swan dive to
the best night of your life.
Just like, you know, Neil said, like Michael Demesky. So it was always awesome seeing that, because at the last minute they, you know, do a little tuck and then they flip forward.
Yeah.
One thing I will say that I knocked points off for was that his turns were a little like off balance in there. So it had to find it, or I had to find something, and that was it. Well, it stuck out for me. Moving on to moving forward, I like them. You know, expecting you know, a montage team to not be as good, like, but then like this season is different.
I know that this whole stereotype that we initially had has like been thrown out of the window.
Right. And like, dude, they were awesome. So like the way right when they started dancing and the music they chose, for me it resembled. I say this a lot about other people or whatever, but it's like watching an orchestral song play itself, kind of. It's like when I go to like a concert, and like I'm a band geek, so like if I went to a concert and I'm like listening to like an orchestral piece, like, and I'm picturing what it means, like what it kind of means to me, that's what I kind of feel like how they dance, that embodiment, I guess. So they had a lot of great visuals. They were clean, they were in sync, their musicality was on point, and there was never a dull moment, because like every time I think I'm gonna be bored, I'm not. Like there's always something else to look at. Oh man, because there's 4 of them. So
it was
like
picking up so well.
Yeah, it was awesome. What'd you think of them?
I wasn't ready for them actually.
Either, dude.
I was like, because the instant that when they picked their opponents, I was like, moving forward, I don't remember them. Let's see what happens. So I fast forwarded past the little break there.
You moved forward.
Yeah, I did move forward. Okay. Well, yeah. So I was just sitting there watching my television, and I was just ready to expect the unexpected, and right into it, I was just like, oh man, why did these guys get montaged? Like, I don't understand anything anymore.
It's like, how do you not find them interesting?
So dynamic. Such a dynamic group. And like when there's just one part that really stood out for me, like they had like a quick moment of just like standing there, and then they were just leaning into a fall all together. I was that was clean as
it was like Smooth Criminal clean.
It was so awesome. Like, yeah, very engaging, and I almost didn't type notes for their performance, because
me either.
I was very drawn into like how good these 4 were together. I just wanted more. I actually wanted more to see out of them, because like, you know, those 2 minutes, I guess, they have on stage was not enough. Very passionate group of boys. Absolutely great. Yeah.
I gave them a 93, and I gave Aydin an 89.
I gave Moving Forward also a 93.
What?
And I I gave Aydin a 90.
Okay, that's close.
That was very close.
But like me, the judges,
I know.
gave him a 93 moving forward.
I know.
All right.
High five.
All right.
We win nothing.
Yeah. And Aydin got a 90.3, so moving forward, beat him.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they can add him for moving forward.
Yeah, I know. They have to change the name.
I'm really looking forward to seeing them more.
Yeah, me too.
Seeing more of them. So let's move it on to Julian and Charlize. Charlize versus the Trilogy. Back to the Future.
Lord of the Rings?
Matrix. Anyways. I'll start. Julian and Charlize, like, I wanted to like them, and I know they're good. Like, I mean, there isn't anyone on this show right now that is bad. You know?
I
think, they really stepped it up this season and really had to take on good dancers. So, like, I know they're good. That's what I'm saying. But I felt like, seeing how everyone before and, like, their chemistry and how a lot of people have good chemistry and they're always on point. They're always together and, whatever, same frequency. I didn't really get that from these two. Something about them just seemed so off between the both of them. They weren't always together. That's one thing. But at the same time, it's still, and I said this, I think, during the qualifiers, they just look like two people dancing together as opposed to like one unit kind of thing. There were some moments, don't get me wrong, that they were together and, that were awesome. And that's what I need every time. Other parts, they seem like they're just two individuals dancing together. For that whole early on part, first part of their set, they were kind of following the same rhythm because with the song that they chose, it's easy to follow the same rhythms there and what it's calling for. So I wasn't really feeling it, or I mean, I was expecting more. And then to be fair, to their credit, they did kick it up into high gear.
Yeah.
They're strong dancers. Their energy is super high. They're definitely raw as crap. But I felt like they were a bit predictable when it came to how they wanted to hit the music, I guess you could say. What did you think of them?
Yeah, very, very engaging to watch. But I did have to like, move the cursor back and rewind it. I was just like just make sure I wasn't missing that if the chemistry was off or not, because maybe just the first glance is like, oh, maybe that's just how I'm feeling right now. But no, I agree with you on that, and it's just like, okay, they're two individuals just dancing together rather than like interacting, but they did have great complementary movements to each other. But and I guess their goal for this set rather than the first one is like really having each other stand out more, as in rather than the Julian, who's the choreographer, like really just dominate the whole set. So but again, like, I hope the next round, like if the next round, that they just are able to embody more chemistry together, But yeah, excellent on the musicality and just lots of intricacies in their set. So it was good moments, but also like I just want them to I don't know, just have more genuine togetherness on stage.
I agree. 100%. The Trilogy. Now their chemistry among the three of them is good.
Yeah.
Like they act as one unit, and which is tough to do with a trilogy. And if you're handing off the girl a bunch of times, you need to be on the same frequency. Otherwise, one mess up, and it's either you mess up or it's just dirty, not clean in that sense. But they're strong together, both together and individually. When they had their own separate moments, they were super strong still. The emotion they emit was strong. They're just overall, I thought they were better than Julian and Charlize. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was just the camera angles that was being shot, but it seemed like from their set, it was like a little more abstract in visuals. So I was just trying to read it, but it could have been editing, but at the same time. But I liked how they were just like hopping from one end to the other and just showcasing each other, as well as from duet to solo. You know.
Yeah.
So it was just a very well carried out energy that was just going on there, rather than it was staggered and like, you know, like just like, oh, this is happening and then they stop or something. Like it was just amazing throughout. And I just didn't know what was gonna happen next either with this set. So I was like, all right, what's going on? What's gonna go? Very effortless on their movement. I was just very happy with that, and just so original with their creativity. But at the same time, when it came down to it, because it's this round, like it was a great showcase.
Yeah.
There's just that oomph that was missing.
Yeah, I agree.
To be added into their set, you know.
I agree. It was nice.
It was nice.
So nice. It's a good qualifier round.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I gave the Trilogy an 89 and Julian and Charlize an 88.
I gave Trilogy a 90 and Julian and Charlize a 91.
Okay, so we had it both close.
Yeah.
I had Trilogy winning by 1. You had Julian and Charlize winning by 1. But somehow the Trilogy got a 90, which is about on point with what we got. But somehow Julian and Charlize got a 95.
Yeah, they got a high score from the judges.
I didn't think it was that worthy of But anyway, regardless, they won, and they'll be going through.
Yep. So
good for them. So during this break, for some reason, Ava was there.
Oh yeah,
and saying hi. I'm like,
random.
Your moment in the spotlight's gone already.
You were here 2 seasons already. 2 seasons.
I typed out, why is Eva here? That's it. That's all I wrote. That's all I wrote.
I thought it was just very random also.
Yeah, it was strange. Anyway, but she's older now. She looks taller, I guess.
Yeah.
Wonder if she still dances as good. I bet
I'm sure she does.
Like, she can only get better, I guess.
Yeah.
Until you reach our age, and then you get fat, and anyway, let's move on. Not that we're saying she will. Lauren Yakima versus House of Tap.
I enjoyed this last duel.
Then you may take the lead, good sir.
Yeah.
Lauren Yakima.
Yeah. Okay, I wrote a note here. Now I can't remember what happened. I think I was just very.
What the heck?
I was just really enthralled by it. I wrote here the near floor drop trick was crazy.
The near floor drop trick.
Oh, her limbo. That's what I was talking about.
Gotcha.
Her limbo. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That was a deep lean. I was like, geez, how much control do you need to get that?
Lean back.
My knees were hurting when I watched that. I was just sitting there and watching. I was like, whoa.
That's like Hermes from Futurama good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Hermes. Oh, the limbo master.
Master.
Yeah. That was the craziest trick she put on that set. And it was just really an awesome challenge, I guess, that she wanted to do that. The song didn't do much, like it was a very steady pace, but also like she kept it up there. Like the intensity and energy was up there. Like she took it to a different place with what she was using.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a snake charmer kind of feel also.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was just like, what's gonna go on now?
Yeah, fair.
So like she used her musicality very well in this song with this song choice, and the results were just really turned out really well for her, and I was just very happy to see this like kind of originality, because like I don't see stuff like that anymore. Like people just use some really far out song and then it makes you like think again, like, wow, look at these choices she made. So
very bold.
The simplicity of the song with her confidence was very bold. Just awesome. Yeah. And like, I don't know, like, I guess when she was doing her call outs, like she's just DL sneaky and shade queen for real, dude. Like it was just crazy.
Just eyeing them down.
Yeah.
Back to like the whole snake charmer thing.
Yeah.
I totally get it because, and like you said it too, the song is very simple. So, and I think J-Lo mentioned this before, or mentioned this when she was judging her, giving her critiques.
Yeah.
There actually wasn't that much dancing, like as a whole.
Okay.
It was more of like a lot of moments.
Okay.
And like, I agree with JLo, but I also liked what she did because, as much as I would have loved there to be a more tight knit set, one continuous set or a set that had a beginning, a middle, and end, as opposed to what she did, which was more of like, point, here, next trick, whatever. I thought it still worked.
It did.
Yeah, and like right from the beginning, she had a super strong beginning with like straight into a flip, like just straight into a flip and landed and kind of like eyed her opponents down,
I
like
know,
she's ready to
right?
pounce on them or something like that. You know what I mean? Great
Beast
control,
mode for real.
great control of her body. Isolations for days. Her musicality is great, but again, the music was simple, so it wasn't that tough to actually emulate what the music was saying there. And then the ending split. I think she flipped forward into a split.
Yeah, she did.
And kind of stayed there.
Yeah. That was that.
And eyed their opponents down again.
Yeah, when that's what I meant with a DL Shade Queen, because she did that split and just like kind of stared at them like, man, that was crazy.
But one thing I will say is that and you mentioned this earlier, and we mentioned it last week, I kept looking for another leg raise because she did it like every other trick.
Yeah.
One time she did change it up, by adding isolations to it, but it was just always another leg lift, another leg lift. Here. So it kind of got repetitive for me. But anyway, moving on to House of Tap. I love how they cut the music out and just started going off.
Yeah, they were.
While keeping time.
Yeah.
And then, hitting it back on beat without missing a hitch. You know what I mean? That's tough.
Absolutely.
Without you have to like keep the tempo of the music yourself because naturally human beings want to speed up. Like if you're ever like at a show or if you're ever at like a show and then like the performer wants you to clap along, whatever, and then audience is kind of like,
yeah, they're getting faster.
You know what I mean?
Like a natural thing.
Yeah, it's just a natural tendency, but not them. Like they were able to keep the tempo right. So good for them. Their combinations that they were doing were crazy. Just listening to it and watching them, it's no easy feat, no pun intended. But it's not an easy thing to do. Tap, that is.
Yeah.
Especially with what they were doing. Their musicality was on point too, especially for that kind of song, a song that that's really obscure for tap.
Yeah.
What did you think of them?
Outfits really were confusing me with the song too. So I was just like, no, I like it. Like in these kinds of instances, I do like the misdirection. Like it's just nice to just mix it up in that kind of light and just like, okay, this is just what I wanted to see, ready for it. So it was a very good note on their end. So I enjoyed that. The intricacies were just amazing, and I definitely agreed on that whole like the whole challenge of just when the song just went dead and they're just keeping their own internal metronome. It was just like, wow, that's real skill right there as a dancer. Because like I know like when when we train dancers locking, there are just sometimes like we have to keep a steady pace, no pun intended, on certain moves when we train them, and then for some reason, the speeding up just happens for no reason. But like this was just blowing it out of the water. Seriously, I was just really impressed with that.
Yeah, they did great. I gave House of Tap a 91 and Lauren Yakima a 93. So as much as I loved both of them, I thought Lauren did better, I think. Well, yeah, I guess.
I don't know. It was tough. I gave them the same score.
Okay.
I gave them 91s.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Definitely understand that. House of Tap actually got a 91.3, and Lauren got a 96, which I think is the highest for tonight.
Yep.
So good for her. She won, which means that House of Tap went to Redemption, took part in the Redemption round versus Kayla Mak. So
Turn the Mac.
Again. House of Tap versus Kayla Mak, Redemption. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah. Redemption round.
So they were quick sets there. House of Tap, they had added some turns into their set, which was good. Actually, I liked their set a lot, because in their redemption round, I actually noticed that their arms actually were dancing too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when tappers usually just kind of doing
they're just doing very generic
do.
like upper body movement.
But they added like choreography for their arms as well, so good for them. It looked just as good as like a normal set for them.
It really did.
With Kayla, I thought I liked her set too, because it actually looked like a ballet in my opinion, like a modern ballet at least, very theater worthy in my opinion. So again, both strong sets, and like I did not envy the judges there having to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
What'd you think of those?
I'm just gonna give some just generally, because I don't know, for both of them they did really good for this round. It was a tough call.
Yeah.
Like I definitely wouldn't have wanted to be any of the judges just picking one of these two. They're very all of these two sets of performers are just very worthy to be where they are. And it's unfortunate that one of them had to go home.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Kayla, for me, I felt like she was really fighting for it. Like she was wanting it more than House of Tap.
You think so?
It seemed like it for me.
Okay. Well, she won. Kayla won.
Yeah.
So she was saved there. She was redeemed. Redempted.
Redempted.
I typed out, I might pick House of Tap just because it was different from their previous sets. Like they kept giving me something new every time, the 3 times that we did see them. Kayla, I kind of she was good each time, but nothing that, it's not really a negative. She was just good every time.
Yeah.
It's just, I felt like I had to pick House of Tap because there was something new than what they did. But anyway, Kayla won, so there's that. And
that's that.
That's that.
End
of season 3. Well, not the end of season 3.
End of the duels 3
for us. Yeah.
But for us, we're done with the duels. Unfortunately, we won't be talking about the adults next week.
No, we won't. Unfortunately, I did want to see them though, because to be honest, I can't remember anyone that was part of adults except for the team that Ashley and Zach put together. I'm excited to see them. Contemporary's killing it this season.
They are, man. This is a contemporary year.
Yeah.
for World of Dance.
Faux show.
But we'll wait and see. I'm definitely going to check them out on YouTube. Just see the adults do their thing.
And see who made it through.
Or I'll just watch it on Hulu.
There you go. Or,
yeah.
There's that. Anything else?
I'm good.
Perfect.
And that's it.
Thank you for stopping by again, Eser, as always.
Yes, sir.
We'll be seeing you next week, right?
No.
Right. Me either. I'll be seeing you in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. Me too.
All right.
Where can people find you, buddy?
You guys can find me on Instagram at ValCirca, or you can guys find me on Facebook.
Make it happen, Captain. And as always, I'm Russ Santos, Eyikan Lock and Robin. You can find me at Lock and Robin on Instagram and Twitter, but I'm mostly on Instagram, and I'm rarely on that too. So find me wherever, and I'll whatever. And leave a message, leave a comment in the YouTube. Or Reddit. I'm always on Reddit too, so if you want to contact me there, I always post this on Reddit on the World of Dance subreddit, so check it out there. If you like everything that you've heard and you want to listen to us more, check us out on our podcast, Spotify, iTunes, Google, all that good stuff, Stitcher even, I think, or go to our website, dancefam.tv. Check us out there. Find us on all the social media outlets, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. YouTube, subscribe, please. Drop a message and use the hashtag #TheSession. We will see you guys next 2 weeks from now because we're on break next week. Peace.
Later.